Hello everyone, this is Digital Master, and I know it has been a very long time since I've made a video, but I am back now. CitizenCon is over, and it has been pretty amazing in my opinion. Um, of course, only thing I'm very eager to learn as we go is how fast we'll get all of the things that was actually showcased in CitizenCon or at CitizenCon, and because there was a lot of exciting things displayed and discussed and shown. And yeah, if I wasn't excited before, I'm much more excited now. But of course, it's just a matter of time, right? I think that's the elephant in the room, but we'll see how that all goes. I'm going to make another video about that. But today, I wanted to talk about LTI and insurance because not just LTI, but insurance in general, because we got an update about that at CitizenCon, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Now, for those of you who have followed my channel, and by the way, to those of you who are still here, thank you so very much for your support. I do appreciate that. I can't dedicate full time to content creation, but I still want to apologize for the long gap in content. I'm not officially back, but at the same time, I want to do little things here and there. Not the same content that I did before due to the time constraints for creating videos like that, but more things like this probably, right? Because it's a little bit easier to create and sort of get some thoughts about Star Citizen out there to you. But thank you. But let's jump right into it, right? So I did make a video. What I was going to say is I made a video before that some of you may have seen about LTI and insurance. It was during one of the IAEs or Fleet Weeks. And I'm very happy to say that some of my speculation was right, it seems. And I just want to go over what was discussed at CitizenCon on a video here, just to give an update, especially for those of you who may not have had a chance to hear that, see that. And then also Jared, as you can see on my screen here, has posted an update with some additional clarifications around the information that was shared at CitizenCon. So let's jump right into it, okay? So just to kind of, and I think Jared really laid this out very well. So I'm just going to scroll up here and we're going to start here. In-game purchased or created vehicles. So keep this in mind for this section. This is all about in-game purchase ships and or crafted vehicles. If you watched CitizenCon, you'll know that crafting was introduced basically, and man, so much excitement around that because I am so into crafting, and I'm so excited to finally hear more about it in regard to Star Citizen. Maybe another video on that though, so let's just stick to the plan here. But just keep this in mind as we go through these bullet points here. So as it was before, let's look at that first bullet point. Unchanged plan. You can choose to purchase insurance that will last for varying durations, just like it's always have supposed to. So this is nothing new, right? We kind of know that. Now this is again for in games. I think that's the reason I wanted to just basically make that clarification. So you can choose to purchase insurance that will last for varying durations. So that does confirm, which I guess we could have assumed, that once the game releases, in the game you will be able to purchase specific insurances that have different durations to it, right? Pretty easy, pretty simple. Safe assumption that we made before. Let's go to the bullet point 2. Unchanged plan. Level 1 is chassis and original. Purchase included components only and is the insurance that has always been offered since the project began. So basically your standard insurance plan. So yeah, not much to really add there. Has always been the case. Bullet point 3. If your vehicle is destroyed without insurance, it is lost forever. Now, I think we could have assumed this one too, but this one really matches EVE Online if you've ever played that game. If you fly out of the hangar without insurance on your vehicle and you lose it, it's gone, right? So again, something I would have always expected to be the case. And even though CIG or Jared is saying is an unchanged plan, I'll be honest, they really didn't break much of this down unless I just missed a video or article or something on this, but I never remember any definitive laid out plans for insurance in general, just that it existed. but correct me if I'm wrong. And I tend to be very like into all the, publishings from CIG and videos and all that. So I just don't remember that, but it's been so long that maybe I just forgetting. Either way, let's finish reading that one though. So if your vehicle is destroyed without insurance, it's lost forever. There will be ways to track its duration in game when the system is implemented, and a warning when you summon your vehicle if it is without active insurance. The choice to operate without insurance will be deliberate, very noticeable, and entirely yours. Of course, that's what I expected, but I'm glad to hear him mention that because the last thing you want to do, even if it is in-game purchases, because that's all this is scoped to, by the way, or within this scope of conversation, ships purchased within the game. You buy a ship in the game using UEC, off the UEC now, and it gets destroyed and you do not have insurance, it's gone. And even with that, you'll have ample warning. You'll be very loud about it before you go out of your hangar with an uninsured ship. Okay, let's get to the good stuff here. A future new additional option. Level 2 adds custom components coverage to chassis. This is new and cool, and especially important in a universe with massive crafting options, and will be addable in the game. So this is really cool because the key term in here, or the key portion of this, is the custom components aspect. So that means, because now we know, again, if you watched CitizenCon 2954 this year, it was very clear that pretty much all items in the game will have different tiers, different properties that will make one Coda pistol better than another Coda pistol, basically, which is so amazing. So no longer will it be the case, as it is now in the game, when you buy a Coda pistol and your partner buys a Coda pistol, those are identical Coda pistols. Same damage, same output, same properties, etc., etc., etc. In 1.0, or once this crafting is implemented into the game, so much variance, and it's going to be great. But that extends to your components in your ships as well. So if you craft a jump drive, for example, or a shield generator, your shield generator can be like a high performance one, right? Based on the crafting materials that you use to build it, the blueprints, what have you, et cetera, et cetera. If you lose that in your ship, this new option, you choosing to purchase level 2 insurance, gives you coverage on that. Now let's see. Let's go to the third bullet, or the fifth bullet point here. Future additional option. Level 3 adds coverage to all of your upcoming ship decorations and still includes chassis and custom components, which is awesome and will be addable in the game. So just adding your decorations is pretty much all that level 3 adds to it, which is good too, because, and this is what I was thinking of, right? You do some exploration, or you have some, or you run some missions, even in-game content, and let's say you pick up some unique gear or decorations, right, as loot, and let's say you just want to, showcase that in your ship, or a capital ship, or what have you. Losing that ship, if you only have level 2 and level 1 insurance, that's gone. So for those of you who really like to decorate your ships, and specifically with rare items, or very hard to get items, or hard to replicate, I should say, items, you're gonna want to have level 3 insurance, that's for sure. But that's good to know. I'm glad that they do give us that option, because that's going to be mean. Because one thing I want to add this part. One thing I have always been concerned about is losing things permanently in Star Citizen, right? From your ships to your subscriber items to anything. And options like this give me hope that there will always be a way to avoid that, right? And I think that's important. Now, I do hope this extends to the space stations and stuff too. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe not. Or just being able to insure it in general without the ship portion of it, right? Ship insurance part of it, I should say. Yeah. Either way, very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. So let's talk about the new implementations. And again, in-game purchases or created vehicles. crafted vehicles. Just like in much of the real world, in Star Citizen 1.0, vehicle insurance at each level will pay out appropriate credit value for your destroyed vehicle assets or vehicle chassis, components, and decorations instead of replacing your vehicle outright. Now, this is a big one. It's new, but it's a big one because getting credits instead of getting your ship back can be a big deal, right? So now this is for each level. Now keep in mind, there's going to be two separate things which you're going to get to, I think, in the last bullet point here. So I almost want to just cover that bullet point and then we'll come back and talk about this point here. So let's do that. For the last new implementation, there will also be separate in-game earnable warranties that you can attach to any vehicle so that when it is destroyed and you have insurance, you will receive the covered assets back instead of the credits value, right? So you get the ship instead of the money or credits. This is intended as a nice convenience so that you don't have to go spending the time reacquiring everything. And these warranties will be things you can work towards and earn through gameplay if you are so inclined. What that does not answer for me, though, is if this will be purchasable, and I have my doubts that it will be. So I'm very eager to find out what methods you can earn these things or earn the warranties. I think that's going to be very interesting to find out. But said all that to say, like, that's a big deal, right? Warranties in conjunction with the insurance. The warranties are going to be the big ticket item for me because I'm going to be searching for that. Now, my guess is those are going to be quite rare. So do we see a world where you can actually have a warranty for every one of your ships? Now, I know that question is different for different people. Maybe you have one ship. Maybe you have 5 ships. Maybe you have Legatus. I don't know, right? But nonetheless, that is a very interesting, thing because in a way, it sort of forces you to have a daily driver, right? Or to have a small set of daily drivers or dedicated ships that you're going to be using. And in a way, I do like that. I do like that, to be honest. It's sort of, again, which kind of ties into how things seem to be going, where they want you to make deliberate choices throughout the game, from what gear you're carrying for whatever task you're about to do, to what ship you fly for whatever task you want to do. But with this now, it's also adding that other wrinkle of, okay, you want to do this today, you may want to do that tomorrow, but now you got to weigh, how do you want to play that? Because if you have only a few warranties or maybe just one warranty, now you got to make a choice between, unless they allow you to swap that. I think there was some mention about that, but I totally forgot. If you remember anything being mentioned about that, let me know. But like being able to swap your warranty from this ship to that ship, and how does that process work? Is it possible, first of all? And if it is, how quickly can we do that, right? How often? What's the cadence, right? Of how often you can do that. That's the questions that I personally have, but we'll see. We'll see. Exciting stuff though. So here's another big thing that I think a lot of people, myself included, really was happy to hear about. I anticipated this though, honestly, but it's still good to get the confirmation. So vehicles attributed through the website and not earned in game. So basically all the ships you purchase on the pledge store, that's what all this has to do. Now, it's going to touch on the same points, but let's just kind of go through. I'm going to kind of read through pretty quickly. But all insurances will last for varying durations, just like it's always supposed to be. Pretty much nothing different than the top part, the in-game purchase version. Level 1 is chassis, and original purchase includes components only and is the insurance that has always been offered since the beginning. So that bullet point is the same as the one above as well. Third bullet point, edit here with corrected info because I'm old and out of practice. You have to love Jared. I don't care what anybody say. Perfect guy for the job, I'll tell you that much. All right, so if your vehicle is destroyed without insurance, the intention is that there will be an additional in-game cost to recover it. Wait a minute. If your vehicle is destroyed without insurance, the intention is that there will be an additional in-game cost to recovering it, but it remains on your account and accessible forever. So let me keep reading. There will be ways to track its duration in game, which is, we already know this part. And a warning when you summon it, all that stuff, making sure that you always know that you're about to fly out of your hangar without insurance. You will never not know that. But the part that's interesting here, and that's different than the above, different than when you purchase the ship in game, is the fact that you can never permanently lose your pledged ships. Again, something I totally expected. Can you imagine the firestorm if you could permanently lose a ship that you pledged for in the store? Yeah. So I totally anticipated that. I'm pretty sure most of us did. All right, so the next one, unchanged plan and etiquette and unique to website promotions. Lifetime duration means you never have to bother with renewing it in game. And this is the one that I predicted. I'm going to call that. I'm going to call it. Go check my video out. I sort of called this one. Sort of. But basically, lifetime insurance, LTI. Those of you who own LTI, that just means you never have to worry about renewing it. So repurchasing a plan or repurchasing that insurance. You have that insurance for life. All right, let's move on. So all of the durations are intended to be renewed through in-game means once the system is fully implemented. This has always been chassis and stock components, meaning it's level 1 insurance and a lifetime duration. So lifetime insurance is level 1 insurance. Let me just read that again to make sure that I'm not misreading that. Yeah, so this has always been chassis and stock components, meaning it is level 1 insurance with a lifetime duration. Now, he says no change, but we never knew that before. So anyway, future new additional option. Level 2 adds custom component coverage to chassis. This is new and cool, and well, it's basically the same as in-game purchases. So nothing really different there. Same with the last one here. Level 3 adds coverage to all your upcoming ship decorations and still includes chassis and custom components, which is awesome and addable in game. So he does call out the big differences between the two. Let me read these just in case I did miss something. So regardless of whether you have lifetime duration or 1 month to 10 years or anything else in between or beyond, if you have a vehicle attributed through the website, every one of them, doesn't matter which type of insurance, regardless of insurance duration, will also have an automatic permanent warranty. Oh, I didn't read this since he updated this. So we'll also have an automatic permanent warranty that guarantees you will always get your chassis and stock components back instead of credits. Okay, that makes sense though. Provided you are also within the duration of your original insurance or have renewed it in game to keep it active or pay the additional premium cost to recover it mentioned in the edit above. Yeah, so we basically kind of knew that. All right, so post-edit edition. Put another way, you can never permanently lose your pledged ships, which again, I totally expected that to be the case. If you add on to your level 1 insurance with level 2 or 3 in-game, your permanent warranty will recover the custom components and in-game vehicle decorations respectively instead of credits. So this is a big one because that means you can upgrade the level. So if you have LTI, 10-year, 6 months, you can upgrade the level of that to 2 or 3, which is absolutely wonderful, by the way. I think that is one of the best lines in this entire doc because, obviously we don't get the option to choose a level when we make a pledge on the Pledge Star. So this effectively means there is no functional difference at all to the pledge insurance as you have always known it, but you will now benefit from the addition of new in-game add-ons. There we go. That let you cover your custom components and decorations as well. It's perfect. Perfect. So special additional pledge insurance note. Adding additional in-game level 2 or 3 insurance does not invalidate your existing level 1 pledge insurance. Now, what does that mean? I don't know what he means by invalidating it. So I don't know what concern that's addressing personally. If you have an idea, let me know in the comments. It's easiest to consider these additions or add-ons and not, it's easiest to consider these add-ons and not replacements. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I sort of expected. You will not invalidate your existing insurances by engaging in this new system designed to bring additional functionality and comfort to our players. Okay, so I think that's he's just calling that out. I don't think that's a big deal. Just another clarification. All right, that bottom line, once again, This system is an evolution of our intended implementation, adding additional functionalities and comforts to our players while maintaining every functionality that has ever been detailed. Oh, that's a statement. Have we gotten any details before? But I digress. Thanks for indulging my return to Spectrum. I'm going to go back to shop prep after CitizenCon. See you in the videos. All right. So behind the scenes info here. I'm just going to go ahead and read this. So behind the scenes info here, but we have a private staging forum where we can post and make all the edits we need to, fix formatting, terminology, syntax, all that stuff. Pretty standard. And I thought I'd save an early version of this post there, but in fact had actually published to general long before I was finished adding bullet points. This is why I haven't been. I continued to add information without realizing the post was already public, and now there are various incomplete screenshots going around. Again, because I became the video guy and haven't made a Spectrum post since every year. Okay, I think he's just clarifying because this post went through several iterations or updates, and I guess some people, when it was first posted, they ran with the information, which would happen. Reddit and Spectrum, we do expect it at this point. But basically, what we have here now is the official, I'm going to say, final draft. Let's hope. Either way, great information, very exciting to hear. And one of the best things about it is the flexibility that they're adding to it, right? And the fact that they didn't really go back on anything that was said before, or nullify LTI. Like LTI, in my opinion, is exactly what I thought it was going to be. I never thought it was going to be this overly OP solution. It's just, as it says, lifetime insurance, no renewing. You never have to renew it, right? But I always, in my mind, felt like there was going to be other wrinkles to the system, other factors. And so, of course, we now know that we have levels now to the insurances as well as warranties. And the warranties is where the real magic, if you will, happens. So let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. But again, looking at my older video about LTI when we were doing nothing but speculating, it's kind of refreshing to see that a lot of that pretty much was justified or confirmed in a sense. But it was fun to speculate, right? But now we have some more concrete information. Let me know how you feel about all this. How did you enjoy CitizenCon? I'm going to have more videos coming for sure like this because these are a little bit easier. Well, a lot easier to make, to be fair. But also, a little plug here before we go. I have an org, the Frontier Initiative Corporation. Do me a favor. If you do not have an org, or even if you do and you just, you're one of those who have multiple or have joined or affiliated with multiple orgs, give ours a look. Take a look at what we have to offer. And if it's something that aligns with what your goals are with Star Citizen and for community, definitely give us a look-see. And if you be so inclined, join us. I have a video for our organization, basically a recruitment video. If you're interested, take a look again. Either way, thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. And don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys are awesome. See you later.